We're back. Oh man, it's been a while since I did one of these. Alright, so hold on, let me put this down. So, after playing through damn near my entire life in The Last of Us 2, oh bruh, I gotta say, I have mixed emotions about this game, yo. Mixed. I said I don't know. I don't think it was like the greatest story, but I don't think it was as bad as folks say it was, you know? But in this video, we only gonna look at the bad. Stalkers, dogs, wall zombies of any kind, you may collectively go fuck yourselves. Go fuck yourselves. Like, just go ahead, just try it. Just try it. It'll make me happy. Just try it. Rattlers. Rattlers are on this list simply because they trash. Okay, look, we played damn near most of this game with Abigail, Abacus, Abby, Abs, Anchor Arms, and we embodied a lot of things, but we whooped a lot of asses just to get whooped on by fucking... He looked like that bounty hunter guy. Oh my god, I can't think of his name, but he looked like him. And then fucking that whole squad was trash. And you telling me we went through Seraphites of Plenty, the Rat King. Oh my god, the Rat King. And we get jobbed out to them? Hell no. Naughty Dog. No, we wanted to... Nah, I can't go for that one, G. I can't go for that one, G. That was such a weak ass exit, especially when they get to Ellie and Ellie just scraps them up in like less than 2 minutes. There was hardly a fight. It wasn't even fair, bro. It was... You had a bunch of amateurs out there with... God, stop it. And speaking of mismatches and horribly written characters, there's Isaac. Isaac was cold as hell when we saw him first. He was in there interrogating naked men. He had folks down bad. He took out armies. He took out leaders. He was a problem. Then he was gunned down by Yara. And it wasn't even like we had to do some type of big fight to get to Isaac either. It was, well, here's Isaac. And then there goes Isaac. So, good job, everyone. And it left me wondering to myself, what the hell is he doing here? I thought he was this head honcho. We got to see him later on at the end of Abby's arc, but nope, he just dies somewhere in between. Like, what? That is the weakest shit ever. And to make it weak, the only thing weaker than how he went out is how the person who killed him went out. As I stated, we played as Abby, and what we had to do was a bunch of errands for everybody. Yara is a character that she meets along the way. Yara and Lev. These other two characters, if you ask me, they're pretty cool characters. My issue is I fought a rat demon. I fought a rat king. Yara's arm got... Somebody tried to, like, I don't know, make it stay to the ground or something by hammering it, and it just wasn't going. So, to prevent her from dying because of her arm, somehow, I go on this voyage, this adventure, this journey to go find supplies for Yara Dearest. And I encounter one of the most grotesque things known to man. We'll get to it, but it's the Rat King. Holy shit. I will tell you about the Rat King. He's on this list. But regardless, we do so much for this character. We do so much for Yara. And then, you guessed it, she gets her cheeks captivated. She dies too. So what the hell? What did you waste an hour of my playing time for? Why is she here? She's in there with that Isaac category now. Like, why did you introduce me to her just for her to get clapped? And you know what? Now that I'm on the subject, that's what they did to Jesse. Now, to be fair, I didn't really care about Jesse. I didn't care about what him and Ellie and Dina had going on. Jesse wasn't that interesting of a character to me. But even he got bodied. Like... Damn. What was he there for? There's another body count? Wasn't that to help me? I don't get it. I don't get it. Now, I touched on Jesse's love triangle with Ellie and Dina, but another love triangle that I was just not there for was what's her name? Abby. Abby, Mel, and fucking Owen. I'm looking at you, Naughty Dog. I'm looking at you. I want you to hear me very closely when I say this. I don't give a shit about Mel and Owen and Abby's love triangle. I don't know what the hell you guys tried to do. I don't know what angle you were playing. All you did was make me hate Mel and this Zack Ryder ass looking Owen. Even more than I already did. I hated them before because they were annoying characters. Now you gave me an actual reason to hate them because not only are they annoying, but they're pieces of shit. And I had to backpack them. Me. Anchor arms. What the hell? Why? Why was that in the game? Why? What the hell? It served no purpose but to make the game longer than it needed to be. You wasted a lot of my minutes. It took a lot of my US dollars to waste a lot of my time, Naughty Dog. Unforgivable. What else is unforgivable is how you guys handled Joel. I brought this point up while I was playing the game. Like, you do realize I played most of your last game with Joel and Ellie, right? I think you guys somewhere along the lines of making this next game kind of forgot that. You do realize Joel ain't no punk bitch, right? This man, while impaled, tore through an entire snowfield looking for Ellie. I don't know how he did it. This old man has old man strength times 10. This same man also spotted an ambush before it even happened in the first game. And now somehow Abby and her gang of World Life Foundation guys body Joel. What? And if you're going to kill Joel off, that's fair to, you know, help further the development of Ellie. But the way he died was so fucking stupid. Joel would never. I don't care how much he's changed or how nice he is. You don't lose battle smarts. This isn't something that Joel would have done. He doesn't just casually introduce himself like that. He's always on guard to prevent getting smoked. These are not folks from Jackson. He don't know these people. All he knows is that he helped somebody, they led him to this group. He did not at any point question or was at any point cautious. That is totally different from the first game's Joel, who despite getting way more, you know, calm around Ellie, was still on his guard. Because he's been around the block. He's done this before. And then he gets his kneecaps shot in. All that cartilage just on the floor. And then he gets his head caved in. He gets his head Tiger Woods, Mario golfed, PGA toured. That really the send out you gonna have for my mans? No Medal of Honor, no flower while he's alive. He's in that Yara, Isaac, Jesse category, huh? He wasn't a big star at all, huh? Damn. I see how y'all roll, and I'm not liking it. Now, Seraphites is another thing I would like to get into because, flat out, hey, touche, Naughty Dog, I'll give you that. Them niggas pissed me off. They pissed me off. Like, the other groups pissed me off too, with their dogs, and then you still got the zombies, but the Seraphites pissed me off. Bro, I couldn't with them. I could not. Those niggas had some remarkable arrow skills. They were goated in the arrow department. Not only that, but they was just out here manufacturing shack-built body-ass henchmen. Every fucking time I saw one of them, it was a boss battle. I had to throw hands with the Big Show, the Great Khali, and Mark Henry all in the same damn group. Yeah, they on this list too. But that's a good reason to be on the list though. Touche. They really pissed me off. And now we finally get to the top 3 things that pissed me off about this game. And number 3 is that demon, this spawn of Satan, the Rat King. What archive of Resident Evil, Silent Hill, some more shit did you pull this thing from? Who drew the concept art? This fat, bloated, grotesque, ugly piece of blah spent a good hour and a half beating my ass all across the sewers in a hospital, bro. All I wanted to do was get medical supplies. Why was he so mad? And what the hell, you thought you was slick having a little friendly stalker slash clicker slash, I don't know what the hell he was, but a little attachment, an extinction of himself. Not extinction. What's it called? An extension. An extension of himself just chasing me around too. Like, when did he get a... When was that a thing? When were they smart? That guy, the extension part at least, not only fought me, but hid for me and tried to outsmart me. When did it start playing tactical? What the hell was that? That's on my list. It's number 3. Number 2! the crux of this entire game, for whatever reason, was just made around Abby's character. Why? Do y'all know what pacing is? Well, I can't quite tell you exactly the definition, but I can definitely tell you this story's pacing was ass butter. It really was. So you gonna have me start off as Ellie, a beloved character, and you're gonna force me to watch Joel get murdered by another character who at the time we were flip-flopping from. So you were doing it right there. But with Abby's arc, here's where things went bad. Abby had already killed Joel. It felt like I was playing a flashback for Abby, but we were still in present time with Ellie. And to make it worse, Abby's whole arc felt like... Okay, so The Last Airbender, Avatar, The Last Airbender, Abby's arc felt like an episode of The Tale from Ba Sing Se. It felt like that episode where everybody had their own little storylines in a one episode. That's what it felt like. It didn't feel like that big a deal. It felt like filler. It felt like, well, she's already achieved her goal. She got back at Joel. The only person that she wanted to kill was Joel. I don't know how she knew it was Joel. It's not like anybody there was alive to tell her what we looked like. I don't even know how she knew a Joel was the reason her dad died in the first place. But where did she get her intel? Who told her all of this? All she knew was her dad was dead and that a Joel was the reason for it somehow. I don't know. But that's beside the point. The point I want to make is she already killed him. So what was the point of having me play as Abby? She already... what? There was no more goal after that. Abby was our target. Ellie, when we played as her, her goal was to get back at Abby. So we had a clear goal and a clear way or journey to go through before we reached said goal. Abby's goal was already complete, and we just started playing. Her whole arc was epilogue. And it wasn't until after she finds Mel and Owen deaded that we finally give a fuck about her now. It's at that point where we have another goal. So, why? But this brings me to the number one thing. The number one thing I hate about this game. And that is this ending. The pacing was shit. So, you had to start off as Ellie, play a little while as her, then play damn near the whole game with Abby to meet at the same point where Abby has us at gunpoint. She just offed Jesse and she's about to off Tommy. I don't know how she didn't. She shot this man point blank in the fucking face. He didn't fucking die, thank goodness. But he still didn't fucking die when he should have fucking died. But we get to this point. Abby practically beats Ellie's ass, but still takes a couple more of her friends with her. Lev calms Abby down, and Ellie stays the course. She's back on Abby's ass. And then that's when the fucking Rattlers take over, and somehow they do a better job of capturing Abby than the WLF, the Seraphites, and the fucking Rat King combined. Somehow the Rattlers got the juice. I don't know. But as Ellie, we track Abby down. We find her tied up like she ran into the Legion on Fallout New Vegas. And we ultimately cut her down. Somehow she's still alive. I thought she was in captivity for months. Apparently, they ate her muscle mass. The body, Abby's body, ate her own muscle mass, and she's that's normal size now. Very easily beatable. Cool. But we cut her down. We get to these boats. And Ellie starts doing this PTSD thing. And now it's time to scrap. So, We beat Abby's ass finally. And when it comes time to bring it on home, right? The whole reason we came out here was to retrieve Abby, to beat Abby, to kill Abby, to avenge Joel. We finally get to the point of when we can do that, and we're ultimately blue-balled. We get all the way down there, and we cannot have our climax. I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to, you know, tell the dynamic of dehumanizing other people, the vengeful way is not the only way, you know, cool, fine, great, I get it. It was just, you've already had us play as Ellie and Joel in the first game. And then you robbed us of Joel by having us play as the villain who killed Joel. The whole game. And when we have the chance to get revenge on this person, you make us let them go. You should have let us choose whether we kill Abby or let her free. That would have been a much better ending in my opinion, if we had the choice. You don't tear through an entire country. You don't bash in Nora's faces. You don't off pregnant males and Zack Ryder Owens if you're not trying to get revenge for Joel. You don't do that. Abby did it. Why is she rewarded for revenge but Ellie is not? Why do we lose Dina, JJ, our strumming hand, fingers, and we still get basically no closure? All we had to do was learn how to forgive, and that, although a great message, very fucking weak, depending on how, considering how dark this game was. Is it a bad game? No. Could it be better? Of course. It could have been loads better. I don't think it's as bad as everyone says it is. People saying this is shit. Understandable. But in my opinion, not exactly accurate. I don't think it was that bad a game. But this is just some of the things that pissed me off. But really, this is 10 things I hate about you. Now, let me go take off this fake ass beard. The fake hair is getting everywhere.